Welcome everybody back to the channel. Welcome back to 3 Real Motion Outdoors. I'm back on my bait game. It is going down today. I'm going to make a fall type bait, you know, because it's getting cold outside and we're in fall now. We're in October. I'm sorry, we're in November now because it's the first of the month. And I'm pretty sure it'll be like another week before you see this one. But still, we're in the cold season, cold months, which means fish are trying to eat up right now, fatten up time for that winter slump. So now is a good time to be making those lighter color baits, and that's what we're gonna do today. I got a good scheme for you. We're gonna do some bait making, some color mixing, so stick with me, stay tuned. Let's get this one done. All right, we're at the table. And for today's bait making excursion, we're gonna do just swim baits for now, just something that swims. So let me zoom you guys in. Here, of course, we have the jerk bait, which you've seen represented on my channel before. Along with the jerk bait, we're going to do a crappie mold. So we're going to do a small crappie bait. And then we're going to use one of my newer molds, which you haven't seen me use that often. The Ripper swim bait, the 8 cavity, the 3.5 inch. Can you see that? Here it is, Ripper swim bait, 8 cavity, the 3.5 inch. And you guys saw me spray that, but I don't know if you remember me using it. So we're gonna put that to the test. All right, and on top of that, we're going to use this ultra clear low odor 242 medium plastisol by Bait Plastics. Now of course I did the wrong thing with this very specific one. I shook the crap out of it. So yeah, I broke the little cardinal rule with the plastics. I basically shook the crap out of this because I haven't used it in so long that even when I started rotating it and trying to move it, it would not separate from the bottom of the container. So I had to do what I had to do to separate this liquid. Well, that means I'm gonna have to put it in the vacuum tank, but that's here nor there. So let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, forgive me for just learning how to use the camera properly, but I finally got my color to come down so that you can see stuff when I showed it to you. Like, that was really out of hand how you couldn't read or see anything. So now I figured out how to get my levels a little better. So that works out really well. So let's go ahead and make about a cup of each color. Since these are 2-cup measuring Pyrexes, we're just going to pour out a cup in each one. One for my belly, one for my top. I haven't done this part in a while, but I'm going to add some heat stabilizer to both because I've been overcooking a lot lately. Trying to get back in a good swim. Oh yeah, this one looks like a Got Milk commercial because it's got so many suds and bubbles on it. You can see as it's coming down. It's got so many bubbles, which is fine because I'm just gonna have to work those out. And I really just want that heat stabilizer mixed in as well as it can be so we can maintain color as long as possible through multiple reheats. So this is gonna work out just fine. Now let's get started. Let's start with our bottom color. Let's get this one in the microwave. All right, well, let's contend with a little bit of 2 minutes until that thing beeps on me. So let's shake up the SnowShine. All right, well, that's that fuse blowing. It's using too much power out of this socket. All right, and we're back. So this is the SnowShine color from Dead On Plastic, Paragon. And get this nice and shoot up. As you can see, my plastic is crystal clear. Crystal clear. It's good plastic. I don't know how much of this I'm going to need. It's about 10 drops. It's getting thick on me, so I'm going to have to get it back in the microwave soon. Alright, 10 drops does nothing. So let's pile on. Just a little bit. Okay. That's looking better. It should be nice and shiny and flaky without even having to add flake. Now I did vacuum chamber this. That's why it came out super clear and less bubbly. I'm just going to have to end up back in the microwave, which is why I added the heat stabilizer. But it's looking really good for the most part. Hasn't turned yellow on me yet, and that's really what we're avoiding, the color yellow. So I'm going to take some flake, my favorite, half a teaspoon. I'm going to stick this in this holographic flake, get a nice heaping holographic flake on top of that SnowShine. Stir that up a little bit. Get that nicely thrown around. So now the SnowShine has that little bit of mwah. A little bit of mwah it's been missing. Because it's shiny. And when I say it's shiny like it's full of silver dust powder. It's like super shiny. But it's also got like a pearlescent kind of color. Like a pearl paint on your car. It looks really nice. The naked eye makes it much better. But I'm almost guaranteeing you this does no justice in this camera lens. No justice how pretty this color is. It's just silver, silver, silver with some shine in it. Here is cup number 2. So we're going to go away from the SnowShine and we're going to pick up what you've been noticing is purple. This is what happens, for the record. You see how filled that line is? The fill line is way up here. That's what happens when your stuff sits on the table for almost a year not being used. All the color is at the bottom. Mix well before using. Now with the purple, I want the purple to be light. Like, I want the purple to be light. Like, I don't want it to be an overbearing. I don't want it to be heavy. I want it to be almost, I don't know, sort of like what it looks like right here, where it's not clear, because I didn't want it clear, but I don't want it opaque. I want it just right, just enough purple to be like, ooh, that's purple, but then it doesn't take away from the white. It doesn't take away from the SnowShine. It's not a complete, you know, one-to-one. I want them to kind of blend a little bit, fade a little bit. I'm actually kind of liking that. I can see through it, which means when it's on a bait, it'll almost look clearish, which is kind of what I'm going for. So let's see how that works out. Again, my 1/4 teaspoon of purple, and then what I have here is the 0.040 hex purple, and we only put 1 teaspoon of that in there. So now we're going to stir her up before she becomes too thick to stir. And I feel like this flake is what's going to help change the dynamic of the purple. Like, that's why I didn't want it. That's why I didn't want it too thick. That's why I didn't want it, you know, to where it was opaque for the most part. Because I knew when I added this, it would get to the purple we were thinking purple should look like. So yeah, it's still clear, even though there's a lot of flake on my knife here. Just because the liquid got a little thick on us. So let me see if I can get it out. Stir it in a little further. Still really warm, still really liquidy, but it thickened up a lot. So yeah, now you can see that it's not so bad when it's first introduced to the knife. It's pretty decent. So the flake really helps make the color. So I need to make sure the flake is all present and accounted for. And just like the last color, we'll get this in the microwave and get it worked on. And when they come out, we'll be ready to inject. Stay tuned. Let's get it right. White on the bottom, purple on the top. Let me get my hand out your way. Just hoping that that's enough pressure to do what we gotta do, because I don't know. Alright, we're gonna try to run the big one, see if we can get it right. What is happening? Why is nothing pumping? Oh, sorry, I bumped y'all super hard. I just don't know, so I'm gonna refill them. That's much better. Let's go back to these while these take a second to cure. Now we have never seen these yet, so we need to wonder what they're looking like. I think these are the jerk baits, so let's start with the jerk bait. Okay, that's the top layer right there. Oh, it's really see-through too. I wonder if the clear even showed up. It kinda did not. It almost looked like it was just overrun with purple. I'm gonna get let me get y'all a better focus on that. Yeah, see there. It looks like it was overrun with the purple. Purple's down the side. It's purple, purple, purple. They're basically purple. So that didn't actually come out as I thought it would. Yes, you can see the SnowShine at the bottom around the bellies, but it's underwhelming. And I think the injector was the issue, because I did have an issue pumping this last batch over here, and when I did pump that over there, the injector clogged up, and then got super frustrated. Stopped working on this for like a week and a half, but I'm back now to see what actually happened. I never opened a single one of these molds. These are freezing cold. They've been out here in the elements. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this one open. This is my crappie bait. Okay. Same scenario. Looks really nice. But yeah, half of them didn't even get any SnowShine on the belly. Yeah, half of them are missing SnowShine on the belly. So that's what the problem was on his last run. There was no SnowShine on any of these bellies except for like this one. These first couple got some SnowShine. The rest of them are just solid purple. So I was having an injector issue, and we have now since discovered that injector issue. But now we can get back on focus and in task. See what I did there? And see what we got here. I think they've sat long enough to cure something. So I want to know, did they work? This half was done after I cleaned the injector. The other half was done on the last time with the bad injector. So some of these I just already know are just not going to be the best. But let's take a look. Not even sure where to begin. I'll start down here. Dun dun dun. Oh, they're individual too, so I gotta make sure they peel off. Yeah, I was definitely having injector issues, and it is super apparent. As you can see, this half is like all SnowShine. This is like a piece of SnowShine. I mean, a piece of purple with the SnowShine. This, I don't know what that is. These last three I did on the new injector. These two for sure, but this one might have already had something in it, and I just don't remember. But yeah, it's got SnowShine tailed and then a kind of a mixture up top there. So let me take a look at one of these. Same thing. That purple is very overwhelming. Purple is very overwhelming. It's taking over everything. It's changing everything. Purple. And this one here is probably the best looking one out of all of them, which is the kind of what I was going for. You know, the whole purple top and the SnowShine bottom. But it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. I mean, there's actually nothing wrong with these. I mean, I thought about just doing an all white, you know, bait kind of deal. There's nothing wrong with SnowShine by itself. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But I was just trying to do something different, you know, add a little bit of pizzazz to it. But it didn't work the way I thought it would. But if at first you don't succeed, throw it all in the trash and start over. Let's try this again. All right, let's try this again without kicking up the bike. Oh, I just realized I did those backwards. They needed to be done differently. I'm not 100 on how that turned out. That felt a little weird. Now this one, I realized I just did wrong because I put it in the same line with these, trying to be quick about it. But these bellies have to be side this way, not this way. So if they did work, they'll be, they'll be split pattern, side to sides versus top and bottom. But we'll see when they cool down. Everything is pretty hot, but I'm pretty sure whatever's in these have set up. So let's find out. Guess we'll start here. Yeah, they didn't do right still. Yeah, that's all purple. That's a mixture. That's purple on the wrong side somehow. Somehow I got purple on the wrong side. And then that has a little bit of purple on the bottom side. So they didn't do right. So I don't think this color seems to blend well for some reason. I've done everything I could to clean up the injectors and stuff. I don't know. Then there's these, of course, that I put on the wrong side. And they're basically just a random assortment. None of these look like what I was trying to go for. They're all different. It's just a random assortment. The injector's kind of doing what it wants. Big 8 count. And I don't know about this. Uh-oh. These are looking promising. That almost looks like what I'm after. I'm sorry, you can't see that. That looks almost like what I'm after. Dark top, bottom, grid bottom. We got one. Shoot, we can count that. That's 2. We did better by the time this thing started drying. He cooling down a little bit. So yeah, that's 3. That turned out. The 4th one didn't turn out. It's got a giant air pocket in it. That's going into the melted pile. Actually, that's got a giant air. Look at that. You can see clean through that one. That's how big that air pocket is. Well, it was a good one until it wasn't. All these have an air pocket in them. Yeah, all these last couple had an air pocket in them. They just were not done right. And including the last one. So, oh, that has a giant air pocket in it too. Why do they all have that air pocket? They didn't pump enough liquid? And that one has an air pocket in it too. Yep, just popped it. Wow. The only 2 that look kinda right and they're still wrong. Okay. And yeah, that's another decent one. But again, bubble, all wrong. Right, so if we just take a gander at the stuff that I've made today.
Message from the dark side there is.
Start to notice a pattern of nothing going right. And I'm pretty much running out of plastic to try this again. And I'm just not going to make another batch. This was a failed experiment. And here's the thing about making mistakes, man, and not getting what you want. It's just a learning experience. So yeah, totally failed this one. Totally not about to try this again right this moment. I need to do some more research. I need to figure out why these colors didn't work. I got them up to the right temperatures. I mixed the colors, properly. I've not really had this kind of issue before. So I wonder if just one side was hotter than the other. Was my temperatures not right? I'm not really sure. But even in my failures, I succeeded because I have very awesome colors to use now. And, I could always mix these down later. Who doesn't like that purple and that SnowShine? Because purple by itself and that SnowShine by itself, actually that's not even That's not even purple. That's junebug. Junebug by itself and the SnowShine by itself are wonderful, and they actually look like they're going to be really wonderful together. I just have to figure out how to pour it. So I'm thinking about trying it again in my 6-inch baits, swim baits, open pour, because that way I have time to let the belly. English is very tough. I have time to let the belly set up, and once the belly is set up, then I can apply the other layers and see how it goes. So I may do that SnowShine and a little bit of that junebug, and then the top color we'll figure out some other dark color. We'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Appreciate the view. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Tell me what you would have done if you know anything to do differently. Let me know so that I can know, so that my knowledge can get better and we can grow better as a community. And I'll catch y'all guys on the next video. I'm out.